Good evening, this is Just a Human, and welcome back to our Teutonic Rebels campaign here on Medieval 2 Total War. And you join me outside Poznan, where last time we got ourselves a measure of revenge against the Poles, albeit our 6 ladder men still seem to manage to lose the battle outside the city here. That was slightly strange. The Polish still up to many tricks. We will work on getting Lvov back in time. Indeed, we're actually now bordered with the region once more, so we'll be moving into there before too long. But yes, King Pretzel over here is going to have to potentially take us on. There's a full stack standing nearby as well, and the city, as much as it's under our control, could still have a bit of defending to do. Quite confident we can hold on to it. Redemption is under our control, and it doesn't look like the Poles are too worried about pushing into our territory. I think they just want to reclaim theirs. Now, we are actually a turn or two later than where we left it, because it was actually a very quiet end turn or two. I've just been pushing my troops along, kind of getting everything built up, all of the infrastructure sorted out. And we've moved Skapti over here, along with some of the stronger troops from Captain Otto over to Danzig. So yes, we're just going to squat on the bridge. They do have plenty of troops there, albeit maybe not their strongest. Question marks do suggest that silver shields are going to be common amongst this army. I certainly hope not. But look at this. Dismounted feudal knights, Norse swords, one of the Order spearmen, some Viking raiders, and some nice cavalry to boot. We've got ourselves some reinforcements here. They are more basic, but to be honest, more and more forces are gathering. Okay, Prague is creating itself some new units, which will probably be sending them ever onwards. Yeah, just send them towards Kladskov for now. Indeed, we've already been doing that. I can see on a previous turn. Oh yeah, things come together very nicely indeed. Over here at Arensburg, it looks like Captain Johan has given up, so we'll let him flee back across the water. We're going to go and reinforce our army. You can see the reinforcement army have now walked on into the city, so that'll be a little bit harder for them to take, should they want to. Also, oh yes, of course, this is why we need to start on this particular end turn. We need to head into this town here. Not exactly our strongest army, but you know what? We'll probably be fine. Let's head on in. Inevitably, one of the big issues we were going to have with this fight is simply getting ourselves on top of them. So, indeed, yes, we just want to make sure they are not firing for very long. Looks like that we managed to largely pull that off. We can now get all of our crossbows into a good position to, start shooting them down. So that is indeed what we're going to do. For some reason, they're running in that direction, which seems a little bit strange, lads. Yes, you can climb that hill, but you could have gone this way. I don't know. These hills do have some right nonsense to them, don't they? Right, get your arses over here, lads, and let's get into this battle. It does look like, though, we are now engaging all of them in melee, which hopefully works out for us. They do have some extra armour on them, but we have some experience and we are infantry, so hopefully we will just about manage to find a way to not lose. It definitely feels like some javelins into your flank is not really what you want during a fight. Some horses going to charge on in as well, see if we can get the rout. There's the rout. There's the victory. Okay, I think we'll just end it there and minimise our losses. A nice little early pick-off at the start of the day. The Teutonic Order immediately coming back in for Arensburg, which is mildly annoying, but hey-ho, at least we got our reinforcements into the city on this occasion, so we should be in a much better place to hold them off. A new Merchants Guild over in Hanover. Definitely a good bit of money to be spending there. A convert to a cause. Captain Neskirch, who is, okay, not in the world's worst position, but it isn't brilliant either, because it's a very good chance you're going to struggle to get over to Tosno, isn't there? Nonetheless, he can make it most of the way, so we'll see what we can do. Mongols and Poland now at war, which has broken the alliance between the Mongols and Teutonic Order. A little bit too late, unfortunately, for, what was it that we lost? Yeah, Minsk, that we lost not too long ago. As for the rest of our cities, oh yeah, construction report, by the way. Kamar, land clearance, Skara, Helmstead, land clearance, ports in Hasselholm, Gothenburg, Uppsala. Oh yeah, Milton Keynes has a wall around it. It is a roundabout shaped, so that is excellent work. We'll build a road there as well. Castle over in Windau. Oh, that's good news. Fortress upgrade for us over there. Okay. Okay, that's very much well worth noting. We would like to get that. I don't think there's any particular snipe. Oh yeah, there is Danzig. There is Danzig. Now, do we want to do this on a wall? You know what, we should be able to chunk through them with our very strong units here. Now, some of them do have some extra training on them, don't they? 12-17, I mean, we should win, but don't like to be too pushy with that kind of nonsense. Now, what I could do is send in the trash to go and do that battle, but that will probably end very badly indeed. Okay, things looking very good in terms of our infrastructure at this stage. I'm quite pleased with how that's going. Just make sure we've got roads pretty much everywhere at this stage. Keep getting those upgraded increasingly. Oh, yeah. We have ourselves a little bit of boat scouting here. Yep, that's nice. So let's keep getting this force over here. We can get some reinforcements in towards Danzig pretty darn soon. As for the rest of the Poles, looks like, yeah, Coleslaw is moving eastward. Pretzel is hanging around north of Krakow, and we will just have a little look-see. Oh, yeah, that's probably why we're not hanging out there, Thomas. Let's run away from that there priest. Okay. Oh, Mongols have actually besieged Lvov. That's of interest. And it looks like they'll probably win that, which means they can really be pushing against the Poles here. We might be able to kill them in, yeah, not too long of a stretch of time here. If we can go and grab Jazdal, then they're really going to struggle in terms of, yeah, their recruitment, aren't they? What we need to do then is gather the best units we have here. We've got old Gustav, and we can send them together to go and snipe off their strongest city. So I think that's what we need to be doing. Maybe gather some of these forces in that part of the world. So what do we have here? Dismounted feudal knights. Yes, you join the force. And aside from that, yeah, we've got a few of these Pavis crossbows, which are very welcome, but aren't going to make up the front line completely, are they? No, they're not. Nonetheless, Prague is sending more units in that direction, so we can get some reinforcements. Over here we have more to help us. So Redemption, yeah, you know what? Redemption, they have a few more to go and add into his force. That's not too bad. It's not a terrible starting position, this. Plenty of crossbows. Could do with a little bit more on the infantry front. There's some spearmen. Oh yeah, right. Well, if we can gather this force together then, just really pile in the cav. We can be a cav heavy army, that's fine. We just need a few more infantry just to finish up. But it's not bad, you know. It's not a terrible position. There's some more. Okay. Yeah, send you down to Poznan. And if we just send for the time being, these experienced lads, send in those two experienced lads to come and help out. We can move in that direction and start putting them under more pressure. That will be magnificent news. And actually there's space for one more unit there, so we'll just get one more crossbow for the time being. But you know what? We have plenty here to work with in that southern push. Depends what goes on with Krakow, because yeah, they're hanging outside there as well. Should keep an eye on that. Random spear unit, probably, sir. Go and grab that watchtower. That works for me. And on that note, oh yes, there was a random thing that popped up here. This lad, Alexander of Lyuban, who, as you can probably tell by 150 men, is, yeah, a woodsman, not a proper cavalry unit. Do keep an eye on that if you play the rebels. So that definitely has a big force in it. Lithuanian Castle of Leader over there doesn't. Okay, Bialystok over there. We could head into there in a turn. So you know what, we're going to head in that direction instead. I'm not sure we can take that. But you know what, we have a couple extra units around. A bit of reinforcements. Maybe a longer term siege. We might be able to do something there. Maybe I can sneak some cavalry. Yeah, maybe we can actually. Maybe we can sneak some cavalry through most of that. Oh, for Pete's sake, Thomas. Of course there's a city there. You'd think they'd go around that, but of course they don't. Alright, well, we'll see what else we can kind of get to that part of the world. Looks like you can make it most of the way. Yeah, if we can send anyone to sort of sneak through the lines and make it, then we'll do that. That is excellent. Right, a few reinforcements on their way, but in general, things are looking pretty good. Wasn't really planning to put Marienburg under siege, but you know what? This reinforcement army can make it. And I was kind of heading round to deal with that guy anyway, so why not? Let's just do that. Okay, nonsense occurring. We'll now end our turn instead. Amazingly, the priest can leave the siege in order to take on my heretic over there. That's a bit ridiculous. Polish are now going off to snipe me, even though we're actually going to attack the Teutonic Order, who didn't they just break their alliance with? I don't know. Apparently we did actually manage to retreat a good way for once in the world, but now what it's done is it's pulled... Well, they've managed to chase us all the way down. We have at least got some reinforcements. Maybe we can hold on to these guys. What do we even have? They have... Oh, hussars. Very nice. Oh, he looks quite demonic, doesn't he? All right, well, we're going to lose these guys, unfortunately. Unfortunately, then, those reinforcements are going. The other guy outside Plock is also going to get a plonk on the head. And, okay, the random cavalry forces being sent out are not going to be doing too well. But we'll see how it all goes. They are sending that army ever eastward, which is good. That's to deal with the Mongol threat. And that leaves, the Krakow army potentially ready to move, because they don't seem to want to go back and defend their cities once I've taken them. That's really interesting. Danzig's getting reinforcements in. If they want to take me on the field, I'm more than happy about it. As for Arensburg, I think we know how this is likely to go. Burger Pikemen, I'm not too worried about them. Order Militia, pretty basic. There are some Halbruder, which is excellent. Excellent to pronounce, but it's not going to help them actually get in. Dismounted Halbruder as well, which is, decent enough with the effect against armour even. Clergymen as well, decent conking sticks, if want for a better word. They do have some trebuchets and catapults, so that could be mildly annoying. Let's head on in, let's see what they can do. Well, of course, the major issue we have this time is that there are, catapults and all of that to deal with. So into the trebuchets and the catapults we go. Hopefully they're not going to demolish these walls too quickly. 45 already! That was quicker than I thought, and unfortunately that's done a massive damage to our lads. Yeah, I thought it might be weak. Didn't think it would quite be that weak, but we seem to have double routed here, which is amusing. It might well cause chaos. We normally find that causes chaos, so definitely a worse start than average, I would suggest. Maybe just get yourselves back on that wall, actually, guys. It might not be the worst idea. Oh dear, this is rather silly. Yeah, get yourselves back up there, actually. I might actually go for this, as it turns out. Are they going to be allowed in? They're not. The damage on the wall is 60, right where we can't really stand on it anymore. Nonetheless, we're not going to open the gates for our lads, so they are just going to get themselves shot. This might work to advantage. The Order Militia are the ones who are coming on in first, though, so we probably want to be shooting them down. Yeah, okay. Go and run these guys over to that tower just to make sure that we can get on into the tower when the time comes. But okay, we've caused chaos, maybe just not quite in the usual manner. It seems like the trebuchet has given up and they're somewhere around here. Yeah, the trebuchet are pushing the ram. Don't you know how trebuchets work, lads? Alright, well, we'll let them get on with that. And the catapult over there is indeed shooting back at the wall. That's perhaps a problem, actually. Yep. It's actually only 8 damage. So shoot the Halbruder, because they really don't want them getting on into the city itself. But they're going to have to smash through a lot of us here at the gateway. I don't like the idea of them getting in, though, so we need to be a little bit careful about all of this. Right, spears are now mostly onto the wall over there. As for this part of the world, the Spooker Pikemen are there, but they're not currently on the wall. Let's go and get these guys up here, because it looks like they're going to come on into this kind of a position. So we want to be dealing with them. This is more spear militia. So double spear militia over here. That suits me. Where's this wall looking at? 30 now. Not terrible, but not great either. Let's not worry any more about those Halbruder, because we don't really need to worry too much about those guys who are actually going to be killed by spears when they enter the city. Order militia, burger pikemen, not too worried about the burger pikemen. As many as possible of their proper spearmen going down would make me quite happy. Okay, these guys are currently, the ram is in the way. That's excellent news. The wall seems to be surviving because that's not a very strong position for them. Seems like my spearmen are mostly in the wrong place. Guys, guys, get yourselves around here, alright? They look like their tower's, well, it looks like their tower's going to appear over here. Hasn't quite wangled itself around yet. There's the wangle. Okay, they are now wangling into position. Let's keep a close eye on that. Their siege tower has arrived eventually. The ram is still working its way through these peasants. Taylor's doing good work on the halberdiers though. No need to worry about that too much. They're wavering. That's a really bad sign actually. Wavering does tend to be a bad sign, Thomas. Let's go and get these spears into there. That's kind of what you should be doing actually. Yeah, spears, go and run over there and please do some actual defending. We do have a lovely pagan circle over there. That's very nice to see. And yeah, what was it, 6% damage? They don't seem to want to actually finish it off, which is kind of amusing. At this point, it should be noted that whilst the wall has not yet collapsed, the trebuchets are back under control and our guys are busy not moving where they're supposed to be. Damn it, move before you're all dead. The front gate, we've pretty much done our job. The lancers are slowly poking Steve in their head. This bit of wall's still hanging by a thread. And over here, I don't even know what this is. It's just a massive pushing match and a load of people just got hit by a cannon or a trebuchet. And at this point, I think they've routed themselves and the game is starting to lag. Game might well be lagging because this wall has largely now collapsed. And they are so goddamn accurate with that stuff. It's utter nonsense as far as I'm concerned. The front gate is still fine over here. We do have that one route, but it's not going to be enough right now. This is going to take a long old while, and the trebuchets might just open a new hole, creating extra chaos. That problem is yet to come, but for now, this is a little bit in the balance actually. Their main threat comes in the form of the dismounted halbruder, but they are being shot in the back by the guys who have survived the trebuchet assault. They are doing good work of just whittling them down with every volley, which probably suggests to me that these guys need to go onto guard at this point and just see if we can keep them in position while we shoot them down, because that's really what we need to be doing. They are routing. That is excellent, excellent work. Shoot the burger pikemen instead. And that's what we want to be seeing. This is utter chaos. Two of them are... I don't even know what's going on with all of this. There are two crossbow militia there who are sort of routing but not making it back to the plaza. They seem to be winning on this wall, which is terrible news, actually. You guys need to get on with these guys, actually. Yeah. Be merciful, but we've lost half a member. They are still in a good position here. Let's go and get the general to block the gateway and this guy just to clamber up this hill. Okay, you get yourselves up there and reinforce just in time. JOT, just in time delivery for the burger pikemen. Okay. God, this battle is not going the standard way. I did say at the start, we all know how this goes. No, we did not. This is very different. At the very least, we know the halberdiers are useless and can't actually poke us to death very well at all. Those spear militia have now routed, which is not great. The clergymen have broken us. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. This is so tight. It's actually ridiculous. They're winning odd bits of the battle, but not all of it. Spears, we need you to keep holding, damn it. And just as I say that, they have routed them. Every time I pause for a moment to catch my breath, more happens. And to be honest with you, this is going to be an editing nightmare. Stop, start. But it is a bit of a madcat battle. And at this point, we've lost one section wall, we've won another section. We need this guy to get himself over here ASAP. There's not a lot left in this force, mind you. Shoot down the clergyman best you can. We're just about holding on. But yeah, this side has managed to lose, but we're getting the reinforcements in and it might just about be in time. Oh, it looks like they've finally broken out on this wing here. The siege tower is all that they had to enter. Although at this point the wall's down to 90%. We could probably charge out and finish them. Although, yeah, there are Halberd just waiting for us at the gateway. These guys can continue trying to desperately shoot at them, but I think we're just about done at this point. Crossbows. No, Livonian auxiliaries are actually fighting. I missed one unit who aren't quite gone, or they regathered themselves. We do, though, have this unit that's moved over from saving that wall over to saving this wall. These crossbows continue, in spite of all of the shots on the trebuchets, continue to get these important shots in the rear, and oh, this is ridiculous. I'm sending the odd little tiny men just to kind of get certain towers activated here. Which is probably for the best. 2 men are just on the plaza, just in case. 62 to 77%. It's the siege equipment that really kills us in a lot of these battles, isn't it? It really is. Those Halberd know that they're in trouble now. They've just shot their own cav once again. Utter nonsense ahoy. Down goes the general, and with any luck, as the cannonball goes through his corpse, we might well manage to turn this around. Can we get out of this gateway now and just charge them down? General, go and do just that. We have re-lost to this wall, by the way. Those infantry have given up. It's just those Livonian auxiliaries, down to 50 of them. They're wavering, and I think we've broken them again. Spear militia is supposed to be going on in to catch them, hopefully doing the job. Spearmen taking on the catapult out in the open field. Trebuchet might well be shooting at them. I think we might be too close for that kind of a nonsense. What a heroic spearman here, though, the general. Coming out. He's fresh, damn it. He's done nothing in this battle so far. Everyone else is just holding position. Hold the walls, lads. Hold the walls. That's the catapult broken onto the trebuchet, and I think we might just have the battle right there. They cannot make a close shot at us, and that's the victory. How absolutely ridiculous. They've not only shot their own general's corpse with their own catapult, they've done all sorts of random nonsense with the ram. I don't know what's happening. Look at this burning wreck of a city. Somehow, we're still managing to hold, though. Just to make sure that the clergymen never come back to haunt us again, I've sent every goddamn unit we've got to catch the last 3 of them, and God knows that they will fall. And fall they have, apart from that one guy there. He needs to die sometime soon. There we go. And with that, utterly vanquished is perhaps a strong phrase there, sir. And I wouldn't say he was the mightiest of generals, but he did manage to keep himself fresh to make the vital charge. Well, the diplomacy just seems to be going bananas right now. Not entirely sure what's going on, but it seems like the Poles are still at war with the Mongols, so that's good to see. In terms of construction, plenty more in terms of all of this lovely, lovely infrastructure. Magdeburg ready for an upgrade too. We might just go to very high tax rate there, though, because, yeah, we might as well start getting as much money as we can. All these dirt roads, they are now getting completed, which is excellent news. And in general, I think most of my good units are now on their way. Bit of retraining going on over here at Hamburg. More units on their way to some boats, which is good news. But in general, we need to start some of our little ploys. So this guy just moved around from that forest there, and he's going to start that siege. Now, in general, we haven't really managed to get our cavalry there, have we? But we've tried. We're going to get 30 more. Now, okay, a couple of Prussian archers. We could run them down, and only Necken. So actually, that's better than I thought. I thought it might be 4 order spearmen. But no. If they want to sally forth, they will be defeated. I don't know about taking them on head first, though. Gustav is heading over towards Plock or Jasdal. Now, with these guys moving over here, we'll keep an eye at them, I would say. But we can move close enough to attack either of these on the end turn if that's what we want to do. Over in Hamburg, actually, could we maybe choose to train someone a little cheaper in order to save some money, or maybe just hold back a turn? Because I wouldn't mind, yeah, over in Krakow, maybe getting a new unit or 2 before we head forward. Okay, well, we'll do that for the time being. Hamburg can just see what else, what can you retrain. Those 8, whatever, that'll be fine. I'm guessing you can't actually train them. Yeah, that's just a retrain in terms of their actual weapons. Fine, it will have to do for the time being. We do have more units though over here. Keep sending them ever eastward over to Poznan will probably do. We do have more strong units over in Poznan that we probably need to be making the most of actually. So yeah, let's just get these guys moving as reinforcements for the army over here. Hopefully they won't just attack this guy, but we'll have reinforcements if we need it for that kind of a battle. And in that particular scenario actually, it would only be the last few units who wouldn't be used. And so yeah, we've got tons of units to look pretty darn solid. I'm quite happy with this. We'll see how that goes. As for yeah, this place, not sure that they're very pleased about that whole scenario. We're going to get one more archer to see what we can do, but I suspect that's not going to end well. Unfortunately, the Teutonic Order do seem to have a fair few spare troops around. That's a shame. We're going to withdraw from that situation. And if they want to chase us, can they manage to get all the way? They can't. Okay, so execution for heresy over in this part of the world. No need to worry. We survived the trial. Excellent news. But we might well just withdraw from that region of the world. That would be magnificent. Now, okay, the Poles have sent their units ever further in that direction, which is good news indeed. We can now pretty much move where we like. And what I'd like to do is send you over. Ooh, Plock could be sniped off quite nicely here, but there is a bridge to tease them in as well. Oh, that's annoying. It says small banner, but then it says it's got all these units. That's slightly confusing. Slightly very confusing, actually. Right, okay. I was clicking on a banner. I was seeing the banner behind, I think. Right, very, very strange work indeed. All right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do in that sense then. I think, shall we go stand on this bridge? We're going to go stand Gustav on the bridge. I'm going to send the Krakow army straight off to go and take that city. We'll leave one of those halberds behind. You guys can just put this under siege. If they want to sally forth, they can. They might well win that. I should probably have done that the other way round, actually. In fact, I could still choose to do that. You know what, I am going to do that. I'm going to send both of them there for the time being. You, sir, head back into Redemption. We'll just get our troops organised over there. You can gather there as well. So we're starting to get some reinforcements into a good position. Convert to our cause, Captain Heinrich. And you are one order spearman in not the best position. We to send you skittering past Lithuania desperately. But we'll see what we can do. 4 more units over there. Desperately try and get some of these guys retrained. Just whoever can make it, send them back over there, get more guys in. It'll do, I guess. Yeah, let's just get more spear militia would be very nice indeed. In the 10 report sees us pretty much top of everything apart from finances. I'm spending my money, so I'm fine with that situation. Over here though, armourer, very nice indeed. That's what I want to see. Let's start getting more done in that part of the world. Now, I was going to go pick up these guys, but would rather send that boat in this direction. I'm not really getting very many boats, to be honest with you, and I'm not very happy about that scenario. So we're going to send you up to Norway, sir, to go and pick up some troops in a few turns' time. That would be absolutely magnificent. So yeah, okay. Danzig, they're just generally gathering up some new units, which could be interesting. If they want to sally forth, they've got 3 turns until that scenario. Captain Nikolaus is hidden in over here at Marienburg, but he hasn't attacked us yet. Dawn has a decent force, but they haven't sent it out. And Poznan is mostly trash, but you know what? We'll get some halberd militia. They can be useful in their own moments. Prague does need to start reinforcing us with some of those crossbows once again. In general, okay, just making our moves this turn, and we'll see what they want to do as we press enter. And as for this guy, what do we want to do with him? We could... He was a good little sneaky force for a moment there, but I'm not sure we want to waste him. So I tell you what. We'll go over here, we'll grab this tower. They got full stack in Plock. If they want to get distracted, they can do that. And they'll well get the opportunity to go and smash them if they do something stupid. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose those Order Spearmen because Lithuania want to come on in. They're sending a pile of Tartar Lances against us, and actually we could probably do some good damage to them, but there's too many. Let's not worry about that too much. Lithuania, though, are pushing towards Palanga. That could be of great interest. There were quite a few forces over there, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. As for this situation, okay, it looks pretty trashy. Well. Well, the siege equipment's annoying, of course, but we might just have a chance. Let's see. With them flooding through the gates then, it's time for us to shoot them down. In fact, they're running this way round, which is not what I was anticipating. That's going to give them more chance to not get shot, actually, isn't it? And some of them going this way, some of them going that way. That is of interest. All right, well, I guess they are going to be slightly safer in that position. Just make sure we got ourselves as organised as possible. Then spearmen over in the usual place. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, let's just go and get these guys over here. It looks like we got cavalry coming in first. But mind some of these crossbows being right up front. That'll be excellent. Boyar sons are going to get themselves shot, and they'll have a nice early rout. That will be marvellous. These crossbows, they can probably always come and join these guys just for a few extra shots here or there. Get yourselves into position. That will be absolutely marvellous. And the archers are just getting whatever shots in they can. These guys are not making up their mind, which works for me. Some of them are wandering around there. Very bizarre, but you know what? I'll take it. They're going to take us on this little hill here, and they are going to flee. That's the general. Oh, amazing. That's perfect. All right, well, that's immediately going to set us in a positive stint. The general is going to try and do a bit of sneaky getting around the side of these guys just to make sure that we get them out of here before the rest of the force arrives proper. So let's get shooting into them. You guys start shooting into them instead. That is indeed the route we're looking for, and that will hopefully really help the rest of this nonsense as well. Okay, at this point, yeah, this little bit of cav can make a big difference. Just clipping the end of them, getting them to rout, and getting these guys to rout. Everybody gets to rout. Oh, it's going to be absolutely lovely. Boy, your sons are going to be having a whale of a time. Let's try and get on top of these archers before, yeah, the rest of them arrive. Yeah, let's just start piling in the missiles into these guys at this point. Get those archers into this part of the world. They've routed as well. Oh, we might just get a mass rout here. This is going to be absolutely lovely. Woodsmen are next. Are we going to rout them with 28 cavalry? We might, you know. We have. Spear militia. How about you? Do you want to rout as well? You want to rout? You want to rout? Everybody wants to rout. Oh, this guy hasn't quite gone. That's a bit of a shame. Pull the general out of there. He's done enough. He's done enough. They're pretty much all gone. Unfortunately, my general actually got himself caught out there. He's actually one of the few who got himself killed. Bit of a shame. But we have done an inordinate? I don't know, a stupidly large amount of damage anyway with all of that nonsense, so I'm quite pleased. I think we've won the battle at this stage. Will a unit actually manage to make contact with our infantry? It looks like one might for about, a ruddy second. Yeah, two of them there just making it right at the end. It looks like everyone is not going to manage to do anything. Most of them are actually stuck in their own routing nest. They've routed themselves. Excellent. Many egg salads may be had here today, and whilst there are plenty of units out there who don't know if I'm actually going to chase them down, in general, I'm quite happy with how this has gone. A victory worthy of legend. Well, it's pretty much par for the course on this particular campaign. None of my boyar sons are healed, though. It's a bit of a shame, but they certainly did their work here today. A similar attack on Tuzno has a very similar result, and with it, yeah, not really any real attempt from the Novgorodis to take us out. They are just sending weak force after weak force. As for Poland, Plock they're going to do this, are they? Now take on the weak force. Now they're taking us on in a position here where, yeah, okay, we don't have our reinforcement because they didn't stick him right next to me, but they do have theirs. So I'm going to withdraw from that. But he can't, he can't take us on with the general if we're not in range of the city. Perfect. Okay, good. We've now got the right situation going on there. The Teutonic Order want to take on the random reinforcement force. They really want these rebels dead, don't they? Well, it is what it is. We'll just have to accept that one. It's not the end of the world. I've got to pick your battles, and that's one I can't be bothered to deal with. On one that I probably should be bothered to deal with, here is Marienburg with a sally. A sally which doesn't include the army that they just sent to reinforce. Because, yeah, it's not around the city. So we could just sneak this here, which wasn't really what I was expecting. But yeah, marks of war, fierce in battle. Okay, he has some decent strats here. Or some decent stats, I should probably say. Let's take him out. As you might well imagine then, they are going to sally on forth and try and slam us with these cav. Well, you certainly think they would. I'm going to keep my distance from the towers. Let them come on into me. Now, the general could do an awful lot of damage, and I would quite like to get these spears at the front into Schiltrum if they're vaguely information in time. So yeah, let's get them into Schiltrums, and we'll just use that to block at the front. I've actually got the Viking Raiders on this tower. I can't remember if they actually still shoot on this when you're in this situation like they do in Rome, and Rome are very much like to utilise that. There's only 19 of them, so they might as well do something helpful. Missiles are coming on in. I've got myself town militia on that flank and the peasants on that flank, but they're really just there as a bulk unit. Now, missiles coming on in, doing a little bit of damage here. Quite nice damage, actually, and mostly looks like the general's going to hit the Schiltrum, which works for me. Try and get this town militia a little bit around the side. They're actually already wavering, which is excellent news. Get on top of their Halbruder. All missiles aim straight into that general's bodyguard as much as you can. He is pulling out a little bit, poking this unit that is sticking out for the time being, but that kind of works for me, to be honest. Dismounted Halbruder are coming in though, so maybe just pull them back just a little bit. Get back out of there, sirs. And all missiles instead start aiming at these guys at the rear, actually. Crossbows, though, you can seem to focus on that general. He isn't quite fully engaged yet, so we should bear that in mind. Peasants are taking on dismounted Halbruder over here, which isn't going to end well, so let's bear that in mind. And we'll get our general out here to do a little bit of a charge, actually. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, get yourself out there. Might be able to make use of that situation. As for you, sir, yeah, let's start using these guys as a little bit of a flank as well. Peasants just need to hold. They are holding. That's what their job is, by and large. Good work. Okay, look at the Halbruder pulling themselves out into that kind of a position. Oh, yeah. Over on this side, these guys are largely doing what they're supposed to. All missiles start aiming. No. Back on the general. Aim on that general. You get yourselves lined up. You two units are doing some flanking, so that can pick them off. You're interested in the general? No, you're not. That's perfect. You're going to go for these guys, which is probably going to end badly for them, but hey-ho, it is what it is. Let's just go and get these guys out of Schiltrum and move them forward, charging from the general. They're not going to like that. They're not. They are not. How are they doing? Just matter how brutal. That's the battle. That's victory for us. We'll take our victory. We'll take a goddamn fortress. Lovely. With that then, Marienburg, a citadel no less, I didn't even realise that, has joined us. That is absolutely magnificent. And I just saw, yes, a bit of rebel over there. But pikemen and some order spearmen. We'll take them. Thank you very much. Some Viking raiders over there. Oh yeah, we're getting all sorts of fun joining us. But that's probably what we just saw. Captain Helmet over there. Okay, faction announcement. Died a noble death in battle. That was some random bloke who popped up and was actually a woodsman. He doesn't really count. Wooden Palisade over in Klodsko. Pretty nice. We can get ourselves some roads over there. As for this situation, okay, how are we going to deal with this? We'll leave him there. As for you, you can just stand on the bridge at Plock and pull them into something stupid, please. That would be very nice. A little bit of merging going on. Wouldn't mind. How are you looking in terms of your army? Ooh, you know what? You're on a bridge. Let's give you some chunky infantry to go and bolster you up. So we've got Thorn over there. Let's really focus on Poland and make sure we're taking them out of the game here. That's what we should be focused on. You, sir, can be ignored. And let's just continue to send some of these other guys ever onwards. Okay, we've got like some random units we can just throw around. Some peasants here, 105 peasants. You can head back to Gorlitz. That would be absolutely grand. Can you retrain those pikemen now? You can, so we're going to finally get on with that. Excellent stuff. This boat has finally emerged. We need to go and grab more of our forces up in this part of the world, spend our money on those units that we can't otherwise find, and over in Danzig down to 2 turns. I'm excited for that one. Wind down 1 turn from its fortress, which is great news. What we really want to do actually is get this boat over here into port, and if we can get some wind down troops over to Arensburg, oh yeah, we can start to use this as a bit of a holdout spot. And yeah, start to reinforce this and start moving towards Pernau. Actually cause a bit more damage to these guys. Well, that's a chunky force that's just popped up here. Could we do very much with it? I don't know. There's a bridge here which could be useful, but I don't know how much I want to deal with that situation. Okay, we're going to hide into those trees for now, but if we can get them to reinforce... yeah, let's just march there to reinforce. Just get that into position. You get yourself retrained and get yourself rebuilt. So this part of the world, no real rebels popping up. 1 single woodsman over here. To be honest, you're probably best just grabbing us a tower and annoying the Poles. I'll be happy with that. Alright, Jasdal then. A lot of cav actually, very little to actually hold and fight on the walls. How many do they have? Probably still slightly too much for us to worry about, but with 9 turns we'll just continue to deal with a siege situation there. This army probably needs a slightly stronger general, or a general, to help us get that one over the line. So... well, we are at least getting some reinforcements. So yeah, as our reinforcements arrive and gather themselves, we can plug them on the bridge and use them together to go do a Plock. With the new turn, then we have ourselves a boat at Window to send some of our new troops over to reinforce Arensburg. And with that, we seem to actually have more than we need. Lovely stuff, which means that yes, we can try and make sure Window just trains itself up some new lovely units. We're going to have ourselves a Lithuanian army to go and deal with those guys. Yes, we also have ourselves a heretic converted priest. Lovely. This hopefully is going to be causing them lots and lots of issues. So I'm just going to continue here to send my all of my guys over to the same kind of area just to cause all sorts of nonsense. The post seem to have held on to it, probably because the king turned up. But you know what, I'm quite happy with all of this situation. As for Jasdal over here, we're going to keep this under siege, so we could attack this force, but actually this is a decent army. Let's just continue to piece them or to pick them apart slowly with that situation. Now, what I do want to be slightly more aggressive with is Plock. Danzig is 1 turn from surrender. We'll see about their sally forth on the end turn, but first of all, I've gathered my best units from these 2 armies. What's left will guard the bridges with a few random forces I've managed to gather. Poznan needs to just try and hold on against whatever the hell this guy thinks he's doing, which could be interesting. So I might just send a few more units actually over from Gorlitz. Probably not the worst idea in the world. These pikemen are going to be retrained, so we can do that in time as well. Let's just gather some of these guys to move in this general direction as well. But yes, this is the real thing here. We've got ourselves no proper general, but we have ourselves a lovely army, and we're going to pull out the army from this city of Plock. So 2 crossbow militia who can be run down pretty easily, and then we've got Svite's Perk Turek. Yes, he's an absolute twerk. And twerk, I meant twerp, but anyway, he's a twerk. We've got annoying cav to deal with. So we brought plenty of our own along, but whether that's going to be enough is a different matter. They do have a little bit of, siege equipment to annoy me too. But we've got the infantry advantage, let's head on in. Simple enough battlefield, then we've got ourselves a nice big hill here to take advantage of. But first, we do need to take out these crossbow militia, so we should probably get swinging on him pretty quickly, Mr. Cavalry. Because our infantry are going to get themselves in trouble. We are just moving them forward into their due position, but we want to make sure that we let them enter the battlefield, which they seem to have done. They're sending their cavalry in quite quickly, actually. That is of interest. Right, cavalry is arriving. Polish nobles, you guys probably should get off skirmish mode and just charge on in. That'll be absolutely grand. Everyone else getting themselves into position, and it looks like we should be mopping these guys up pretty darn quickly. You'd certainly like to hope so here. Yeah, just get on top of them, push them out of this battle. I think we'll be dealing with them nice and quickly. Routing, that's perfect. Now, what's the general going to do? What's the main general going to do, most importantly? There was half their men. There were virtually none in that force anyway, but that's absolutely fine. Slowly but surely we are turning them around here. Just the classic kind of trick to move them into the position you want, which is ideally, somewhere around here, but not really on that hill. Let's just make sure I've got myself the position that I want. They are largely giving it up to me so far, and actually on the plus side, they do seem to have sent their cavalry way out there at this point. This might be a good opportunity actually to head on in with my cavalry charge. Okay, the cavalry's mainly to deal with their cav actually, but if we have an opportunity here to pick off some of these guys, I think we need to do that. So let's start sending some of them in. Let's just send all cavalry into there, but let's actually get this organised properly. You into them, you into them. What do you want to do with that general? Ignore him for the time being. He's something like that. There are hellbirds back there, Thomas. Let's just bear that in mind. Okay, cavalry are going to come thundering on in. Catapults are moving. Okay, most of these guys, we need to send one of them over to go deal with them. That'll be perfect. Right, you guys go and skirmish with the general. That is exactly what we need from you. The cavalry is moving. There's a catapult over there, and that's excellent positioning because I can hopefully absolutely demolish them out in the open field. We are starting to hit these guys. My own cav's going to block my charge, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Catapults are busy. You guys do some skirmishing. Everyone else, that's good. Nice piling in here. Unfortunately, they are going to get away because they're right on the edge of the battlefield. But that just is what it is, unfortunately. At this point, we can just turn all of our cav into their general. And I think we'll just have to swarm him nice and early. Get everyone else running, actually, guys. I think that's what you need to be doing. Those hellbids are so far out of this battle. It's actually ridiculous. Let's just grab these guys and see what they can do. I think they'll be absolutely fine where they are. Let's just get their general dealt with. He is currently... oh, there comes some flaming things. Let's just start getting these infantry moving, actually, because we've got what we want in terms of infantry. Plenty of them in this battle. So let's send in, some more of these dismounted feudal knights. You can head into the general. That would be grand. Okay, you, sir, are in position just to mop up this general when he flees. That'll be perfect. Their missiles are all running off. That's what we want to see. You are catapults. That's kind of fine. Kind of fine. Yeah, let's just try and sneak this guy through the lines to the next catapult. That would work for me. Those infantry are going to have problems dealing with those, but it's fine. Pavis crossbows. You need to be shooting into all of that. Oh, some nice hits by them. And by nice, I mean really, really horrible hits. General is still fighting in there. 14. But that's what the cav are for. Just take him out of this here battle. You head down the hill into them. That's absolutely fine. Down goes the general. one of our Norse swords there by the looks of it. And it might actually be the dismounted, I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't really matter. Send the infantry forward, that's fine. Cav, get down that hill right now. Where am I, Cav? They've done the job on them. Get on top of someone else, please. Don't really care what. Just make sure we have those goddamn flaming things gone. Oh, that's halberds, Thomas. That's halberds. That's not their crossbowmen. Okay, we might well break them anyway, but let's not run all of our gav straight through those guys. Probably not for the best. Let's get our infantry into those guys instead. There are some infantry over here, Thomas. That's what they're for. Get them on top of those halberds. And in general, we should be in good position. We are losing quite a lot of these good infantrymen to nonsense here. Mostly these missile cav who are so ruddy annoying. But they are slowly being dealt with. They're being shot down by us. We are mostly got these cav still on top of the halberds. Get out of the halberds, you utter numpties. Oh dear. We are largely routing some of it, which is fine. But yeah, you get into the flank. You get into their flanks, and we'll get these. You're supposed to be there. You're not. They won't get out of that dumb position. Damn it! It's such an absolute cocking mess. Right, cavalry, you come in and pin them in position. There's a catapult shooting again, which is a little bit irritating. We continue to do as much damage as we can to these guys. We'll just chase them down. Those guys are pinned now. That's what we want to see. Someone is in a position to be dealt with. My cavalry are not in the battle they're supposed to be, but they won't get out of that, and no matter what I say, and we're starting to look a bit more dicey than we should, considering we're absolutely massacring them by and large in this battle. You get on top of those guys and just make sure. And they're basically fled, aren't they? Right, get on top of those halberds, that's fine. Cavalry, get on top of the nobles, make sure they're gone. It's mostly their missiles, but my god, they're causing me far more faff than I'd like here. But that's just what they do. Right, we've dealt with them. Spearmen, get on top of those guys, that's fine. All cav, anyone who's left alive, please get on top of these goddamn unpronounceable nonsenses. I hate them so much, they're just impossible for me to deal with here. Too many of them getting away for my liking, lads. Get into position to mop them up. Cavalry, get in there. Get in there. This is an absolute mess, but I don't really care at this point. I just want them dead. Mostly, that seems to be the case. Make sure we have them dealt with. The halberds are doing something. You seem to be missing the very units you're standing right next to. It'd be lovely if you could clear them out, actually. Yeah, same with these guys. Don't let them run straight through you. I'd very much like them gone. Right, well, it seems that the battle is mostly won, but we are going to have to still waltz in this city and finish them off. In the end then, 500 odd men remaining, but we've done a massive blow to these guys here today. Annoyingly, my force that might have been able to reinforce and Veliki Luki is going to be wiped out in the field. A few men killed, but it's not really a focus area for me, so I won't worry about that too much. What I'm more interested in is the sally from the Poles. A little bit of popey shenaniganry going on. And it looks like technically not a sally. It's going to be an attack in the field. Now, okay, realistically, sir, yes, this guy cannot fight a night battle. So they fought a night battle where 880 of their men can't be involved. Excellent work. So yeah, the guy in the city can't be involved in this, but we're going to take on the other forces. Let's do it. A very strange old battle situation here. Then we've got to defend both sides of the bridge. Well, we've got to defend the bridge and our rear from the general, who isn't here, is the city with one turn left before it gives up. So that's interesting. They do have a catapult. It seems to be half choosing to shoot at me. Hasn't decided to take its shot yet, and there are going to be some units coming in very, very soon. Let's go and get these guys moving that little bit. Oh, they've got some as well. Oh, okay. Let's get ourselves moving. That's crossbow militia. Let's just get on top of those guys, please, sir. I absolutely hate them with all of my might. And yeah, we'll just get the rest of them moving forward. One of you just go all the way to the rear. As for all of this nonsense, it looks like that catapult is, yes, it is indeed going to be shooting at us. That's not ideal. Okay, you know, I don't think we need too many over here. I'm actually going to withdraw a load of this out of range. And likewise, you, sir, can join this part of the battle where you're much, much safer. You were potentially not supposed to be doing that, but you know, it's all fine. Get those infantry in on the general. Get the cavalry actually out to that flank. We'll leave one of them in on that situation. And yeah, the rest of you can just get around to that flank. That'll be absolutely perfect. Yeah, that cavalry can swing around as well. That's fine. That's fine. You do your thing. And you get into that position. You can just line yourself up to take care of him. Oh, that's the general being burned to cinder. It's not really what we want to see. Okay, they're going to come on forward at this point. We've slightly given up our general position at the front of the bridge here. That's absolutely fine. Crossbows are going to do their job. And these Polish knights are not going to be in the best position. They're still going to take on a good 5 units of infantry here. And they're going to get themselves fairly surrounded pretty darn quickly. So that's what you want to see. They might well give up on shooting us in a moment. As for the rest of this, the general was turned around to deal with us. Let's get all of these cav in on him. All my infantry, not all my infantry, these infantry need to be doing this. That's fine by me. These guys can now move themselves back over here. Yeah, these guys, just bring yourself back to a safe position, please. They're sending more forward. That's okay. I just want to make sure we get across that bridge before too long. That general is now pinned into position. Let's just make sure we get one of these Hussars. Yeah, actually they're in a good position here on top of the general, so let's not worry about him. Let's just leave them pinned in position. Let's send this cav over here. We do need someone just to run across this bridge in a moment when we got these guys cleared out. I do not want to be dealing with this catapult for too long. Do we even want these crossbows here getting themselves shot much longer? Probably not. But it's fine. We'll just shoot into these halberds, get them routing, and we'll just have to take whatever losses that we take over there. As for this general, everyone please get on with killing him. General, you're going to have to deal with this guy because he's still there actually. Yes, indeed he is. That's a little bit annoying. These guys can go and shoot them down. These who actually want to engage, it would be a little bit annoying for the general to have to chase these guys down forever, but one of them might just get them caught. I'm missing half of the action here. And it looks like at this part of the battlefield, largely, they're sending their cav in. Okay, we're just going to have to hold that position for the time being. That's fine. Down goes their general. Our units just walk past him. Don't care about that, lad. Alright, general, pull yourselves back at this point. They are gone. Oh, that was a massive hit on our lads over here. Not what we want to be seen, but we're just going to have to take those hits. Polish knights, keep shooting them down. These reinforcements are not going to be of any use to anyone. You get yourself on loose formation. You get yourself somewhere near just to support them in case we need you. But I think at this point, yeah, we're in a pretty darn nice position here. And as these guys get themselves routing, which seems like it's what they're about to do. Yeah, get these flanking units in, please. Get into some chunking. That'll be absolutely marvellous. You sir can start piling in as well. Flaming shots doing their damage to the grass, but not really to us at this stage. So that'll be fine. Yeah. You can continue to deal with them. That's all you need to be doing in this here battle. Push into them. They are starting to rout. And under the moonlight, we are clearing them out. It does look awfully like... Ooh, sorry, Steve. I was just about to pull you out of there. I think you'll be fine now. Get yourselves out. We are just going to cross this bridge. Aha! Oh, that's the other general gone. That's good news. And with that, we can run across that bridge and finish them off. I don't want any more of this nonsense. You guys shoot at what you can as they're fleeing. I think there's one unit, one halberd who's not quite gone. I think they'll be breaking. Oh, yeah. There's some halberd there who actually aren't gone. And that's 94 of them blocking us on the bridge. No, that's not what we want to see. Get those cav back. Get those cav back. Oof, good. I think we just managed to break through them, but we'll send these guys back across. We have an awkward one. They're still sending people across. We've still got a catapult to deal with, but most of our units are now safe. Victory and glory is ours, and that is very much what we want to be seeing. Okay, yeah, just get on whatever you can. We need this gone, gone, gone. Yeah, good. Catapult seems to be mostly defeated at this point. We're going to get on top of virtually everything in this battle. Odd unit here or there is going to manage to scatter off to the distance, but this looks like a pretty darn important victory for us. I suspect they're still sadly forth out of the city, but at this point they have nothing to help them in that battle, and I think it probably would have helped them more to use it in that particular fair. But yeah, we'll let this guy wander off the battlefield, and we'll see how the next bit of this battle is looking. It said victory, and I don't see any more units, but battle's still going. Sven of Milton Keynes then get himself a glorious victory. Very few men lost. A bit of an awkward affair, a bit of a fun battle, to be honest. Let's head back to the campaign map. Amazingly, someone managed to escape that battle alive, and I don't really know how that has been pulled off. But hey ho, the real question is Danzig going to bother? No, it's not. They're just going to let me waltz on in, and we are going to sack the settlement. And with that, we almost have the Baltic under our control. There's a few like Riga still sitting strong, Palanga, but we're in an increasingly very strong position here. All right, this is a pretty good place to leave it for now, as Arensburg now has too many troops to even, sit in the city. We probably need to start thinking about being a little bit more aggressive in this part of the world. Marienburg surprisingly fell to us. Danzig under our control. Thorn, a little bit of a thorn in our side at this point, isn't it? It's sticking out, but soon enough that will fall. A bit like Plock here, which should be a simple enough. That was more men than I'd like to have lost in that battle, to be honest, but we'll just go and take it. It's fine. Right, next time, the end of Poland, we would hope. They have themselves, 3 down here to deal with, as well as their major citadel over at Jasdor. But in general, we are tearing them apart. Revenge is very much a dish best served with blood, and a lot of it. And it certainly looks like that is the case here. So we'll see about more of that next time. As for the Teutonic Order, where we managed to continually bloody their nose, they've not managed to conquer Arensburg at all, and Windau is now a fortress. That's going to be harder and harder as we go. More Viking raiders coming out of Narva over time, and Tosno somehow is still holding on. Random little things like this city over here are going to keep people distracted, which is always nice to see. And you never know, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to take out the Poles next time, and that will be absolutely glorious. For now, though, I will leave you on terms. This is Teutonic, and this has been our Teutonic Rebels. Thank you, and hurrah! Have you heard the good news, my friends? Here's the good news! It's the Pope! Has the Pope ever done as badly as I'm doing as the Pope right now? God only knows. God only knows. Down goes the spoon of destiny. And there he goes. It took every last bolt we had.